we've kept a number in front of you for just over the last year, $1.4 million. And here today to give you, and many of you see the updates throughout the week, we're down to our final $110,000. And if I can just say, I had breakfast with a colleague that leads all of the campaign and fundraising at a very large church in Holland. And when I conveyed what you guys generously gave towards our campaign and the size of our church in the time frame that we did it, he was amazed. And so actually he said, God is doing something at Redemption Church. And I said, absolutely. In mornings like today, I'm reminded of how good it is to reflect his glory when we talk about what he's doing at our church. But specifically, you know, that $110,000 is actually no longer just campaign and capital fundraising. We actually have contractors to pay. So we've done everything we can to, exhaust options for delayed payment terms and pushing off the payments actually. And the contractors have been extremely gracious. But we've actually got bills to pay. And our next big one is an $83,000 bill due to DEL Morris this month, later in June. And so really, and Dave's going to talk a little bit about the reason why, but I think from my perspective and my family's perspective, you know, just God has been so good to us. And so would you join us and help us get over the finish line? We are so close, but so thankful. It is so fun to give glory to him when I talk about Redemption Church and the generosity that you guys have exhibited.
Yeah, so the need, my wife reminded me on the way to church this morning, she goes, isn't it kind of ironic that it's Father's Day and we get to go before the Father, right? To ask that we are able to finish the campaign that we started probably a year and a half ago. And we started this campaign a year and a half ago, and even as late as the end of last year, I think we were a couple $100,000 away, and we're down to $110,000. And it really breaks down very simply is, you know, if we had 250 people in here or 200 people that gave us $500, right? You know, we could get $100,000 and we would wipe most of that out. And that's kind of an urgent need because we have some payments that are due here later this month. But we're also so thankful for what God has provided. As Ryan just said, I also know a guy who's on an elder board at another local church here, and their church is twice the size of ours. And they pledged out the next 18 months, and they came up with less than what we've already given. So we've already received 1.6. Yeah, I know our bills were 1.4, but originally we had $300,000 on the front side that was given to us that helped us purchase this building to begin with. So God has been so gracious to us, and we just want to celebrate the graciousness that God has been given to us through you guys as well. But we do have this goal, so we want to finish strong. So there's three things that we want to finish with. We're asking you to do as elders. And first of all, to those who have given, if you would just prayerfully and consider how maybe you could sacrificially give a little bit more. That would be great. So many of you guys have gone over and above, so we're not here at all. And if you've done that and you don't have the capacity, don't do it, okay? But we're asking that for those who could to do. Secondly, for those who have yet to give to the One Life movement, there are a number of people who haven't given yet. We want to invite you into the joy of this celebration that we witnessed this morning. And this is a celebration for this building. It's never been about the building. It's always been about connecting people to Jesus for life change, right? It's always been about our city. It's always been about a launching pad and a ministry resource. And we want to invite you in to the joy of that. And then finally, there's obviously people that are in here that aren't part of our body normally. So, but we would encourage you guys even to continue to pray for us and with us for the next few weeks here as we close this out. So we have had a campaign of setting our alarms at noon every day. And so maybe noon doesn't work for you. Maybe it's 6 a.m. when you get up in the morning, or you have a quiet time, or 6 p.m. around the dinner table. Maybe that's your time where you can step up and pray. And you can pray that God will lead, because God's economy is much greater than what we have the ability to even conceive, right? And so we ask you guys to continue to pray and continue to bring this before the throne and ask God to provide even in the next couple of weeks.